Started immediately. The return. I do live. Thank you very much. Surprised to see you here, of all people, Matthew, honestly. Ugh. Fortunately, family showed up. Wanted to yap a little bit. Right as I was going live. Oh, which is quite problematic. But that's okay. So I hope you're having a nice evening so far. I am. We are going to quickly get my sources working again. And what are we doing today? I saw another streamer playing Trailmakers, and it looked really cool. So I said to myself, I'm going to play Trailmakers because it's really cool. And unfortunately, I only have a couple hours today to play, so it's going to be a shorter stream than usual. But that's okay. Here we go. But wow, look, it's us. We're here. The music stopped. There's a little bit of dramatic music playing initially, and it seems to have disappeared entirely. So I think we will just kick on the song requests, which I was going to leave off for a while, but in fact, we're going to go to our secondary playlist and pick a specific song that's been stuck in my head for a while. If I can find it. Where is it? I could have sworn I added it. Maybe I didn't. If I go to my history. Or I can literally just Google it. Oh no, my bot did go off again. It always does this. Okay, well, we're here now. See if that works. There we go. That's the one we were looking for. It's a beautiful song, honestly. I like it quite a lot. And I really just like this song in general. It is, if it's the one I think it is, yeah, it is. Oh. It is the version I think it is too. That's fantastic. But I hope you're all having a nice evening so far. Unfortunately, my bot that tracks on live and lets people know did not turn on. So we've got to go to events and manually proc that. It's not too easy to do, or not too hard to do. There we go. And that should be everything set to run correctly. But I was debating recently. That's a very loud game compared to the music. We'll see how that feels when I you're not even hearing it apparently. Interesting. Well, it says you are. Anyhow, what is Trailmakers? Trailmakers is really similar to other games similar to it. Yeah, that just isn't capturing audio. That's lovely. Well, the good news is I can just mute the game audio, or the game's music then, Music is down. We'll listen to our own music tonight. While I briefly troubleshoot my audio sources. We're gonna have some doubled up music for a second. Oh. Hey, Regnalich, good to see you chatting. Hope you're having a nice evening. We are, as always, having random bugs that make things problematic while we are hanging out and listening to music here. I am trying to get the game audio to come through, and it is not. So there's a couple things that I can do on my end that usually kind of force it to update its audio drivers. Ooh, nice. Hey, Tomcat, good to see you there. This is not going to be too long a stream. I have something planned at about 10, honestly, unfortunately. So I don't want to stream into that. I've got a friend who is watching SpongeBob. Mika. Actually, wait, I'm on Twitch. I can shout people out. Let's see if I can shout her name correctly without looking her up. How am I doing? I am doing delightful right now, honestly. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it just refuses to get the audio from this game. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try going to a different scene. And seeing if I can... Actually, I might just be able to pull the audio in a different source. Hold on, I got it. I got an idea. So this is gonna go... Here, Discord. I don't want Yeah, there's a Trailmakers update. What do I have to do later? I'm literally watching SpongeBob with some friends on another streamer's channel. I have a friend named Mika Shiryu. M-I-K. Let me just grab her name quickly, so I can shout her out and tell you all to go randomly show up on her Discord and say hi to people. That'll show up in a second. And she had literally never heard of SpongeBob. She's from Canada, which is what we decided was the reason why she's never heard of SpongeBob. Yeah, it's always fun. So we were gushing about how cool SpongeBob is on her stream one time, and she was like, this seems silly. So she's been watching it on Friday nights with a bunch of her viewers and other people who like her. There we go. We'll just drive in a circle for a brief second here. And it's really funny because she's managed to be like completely in a vacuum for the show, but she has seen all the memes from it. So it's all these random parts of the show where you're like, wait, well, she'll go, wait a minute, I know that meme. Oops, sorry about the peeking there. And it's really adorable every time it happens, where she goes, I know that meme, and gets really excited. Carvog here says, good job. Let's see what's in these crates. Mostly useless cables. But wait! There's something that looks like a transmitter. Just what we're looking for. Could you do us one last favor? We won't be able to make it home in time for dinner if we travel on foot. And today is taco day. Could you give us a ride? I'm fucking Italian. She is... So, Mika doesn't really talk about her private life, even to people like us. Oh, give me a second. I'm going to adjust my headset for a sec. I don't have a headset, I have a microphone. What am I talking about? Either way, she doesn't really tend to share her life that much with people, and so I can't say for certain, but I believe she's, like, Canadian Asian of some description and did not grow up in like an American household. So there was a lot of anime watching from what she's told us and stuff like that, and there was not a lot of not anime watching. How do I... Okay, I need 4 chairs for these binguses, which means I need to build another 3 NPC seats. It's gonna be most of my resources. The bastards. Do they know how expensive this shit is? They probably don't even. Completely ruining the aerodynamics of my vehicle, too. But this is a game that is very similar to From the Depths or something like that, where you're building vehicles. Without proper context, this sounds rude for no reason. Yeah, it's... I don't know is the short answer, but she has. Mika lives her own beautiful life in her own beautiful way. I don't really need this part. I'm gonna take it off. Move the tires out of the way here. I don't have to have all the chairs facing forward. I can rotate these backwards. There you go. Is there a mirror button in this? There is, but I don't know if I've unlocked it yet. Actually, I can just slap these on the outside for now. There you go, it's perfect. Look at that. Terratech, it is more... Yeah, it's not... From what I understand, later on, the game gets a lot more like From the Depths, where it has... To be fair, I think Terratech does the same thing, where it's got a fairly detailed, like, AI system for coding. Ooh, something to murder. What I actually really like about this game is it has a... I'm getting my shit kicked in a little bit. A pretty cool way to swap between vehicle builds on this fly. Unlike From the Depth, also, it seems like individual vehicles matter more. I haven't played that much, though. There we go. Give me your shit. We just hold down F, and you can swap to a new vehicle using the same set of predefined parts you always have access to. There we go. And I can get out... Repair it quickly. Nope. Someone's trying to murder me again. Might need to turn up the song, the music's there, or the music request. But this vehicle is built mostly to be as fast as I could make something. It doesn't have any utility, it just goes places. I think I might tweak it so it has at least a miner on it or something like that. Nope. Actually, can I do that? I don't think I can. I've got too many engines and I can't put the tool for picking up stuff. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I looked at this briefly in like 2020, said it was cool, picked it up, I think on sale or through a Humble Bundle, and never touched it. I played other games instead. Yeah, it's so cool how it switches between vehicles when you want to swap to a new type. And they can be different colors and all that. I don't think the game has given me the instructions for how to do a lot of the more cool, nuanced stuff for how to change your vehicle up yet, but that's okay. I just like how this one looks, honestly. It feels very stable and very much like a go-kart, honestly. Okay, but we are, for my own sake, going to turn down this and turn up the music slightly. There we go. I wish I... you know what I'm going to do? I said I was going to do this and I didn't do this. We are going to... just make a whole new source for the audio for this game and see if that fixes the weird not picking up audio problem. And I'll just delete it after the stream and see if that fixes things. Same executable. No, it just doesn't want to capture audio from this game. Oh. Okay, well, that'll work. But yeah, feel free to request songs. I have that open. It is !SR, and it pulls from YouTube for its sources. Great job, Trailmaker. With your help, we got our long-range radio working again. Ah, we're already getting a call from Turnberg. This is Admiral Leadhead calling from Turnberg. I assume Leapsville was a bomb crater by now, but somehow you managed to survive? Thank you for your concern, Leadhead, but we're fine. We've only lost a few buildings to the bombs. Our energy shield is back online now, so we're safe. Pfft. That weak fizzle is not going to keep you sheltered for long. We're spending all of our efforts on barricades. We even have materials to spare. Come, pick them up so you can bolster your defenses too. John Trailmaker. Hey, there you go. Roger that. Stay safe up there. Wait, I changed his accent like 3 times in that conversation. Looks like the old Admiral is getting paranoid, but maybe some barricades wouldn't hurt either. If you want to help, go to Turnberg and get those materials. You can also consult the task buddy if you want up here. If you want to help here at Leapberg. Yoo-hoo! Over here. Hey, there you go. Nice. I have a new building. What is it? What is this new building? Somebody's house. Oh, hey. New blocks unlocked. Oh, I'm level 2. Okay, so I've unlocked suspension springs. Wait, that's what I had. These are level 3. Okay. Off-road wheel, better traction. Headlamp. Tail light. Oh, that's cool. I like tail lights. Grid block. Metal poles, so they're lighter probably, but... Tractor beams. And machine guns. Thank you for getting the radio up and running again, Trailmaker. I have another task for you. Can I get up there from here? I don't really have good jumping ability. I gotta probably build a vehicle for that. Leap so, dude. The people. Okay, so this other guy brought it up, and he's kind of right. I'm also right in front of their little picture icon. Let me tweak myself. Hold on. We're gonna fix that. If I go to sources, my reactive. We'll just move everybody's reactive over, actually. There we go, just a smidge. This is bugging me. Why is the game audio... Also, this song's fire. Random Access Memories is such a great soundtrack. Ugh. How long is this? Hold on. Oh, it's one mashup. Okay, never mind. I thought it was the entire song. Tiny Man's TIE Fighter. It bugs me so much that for some reason the audio is not being captured for my VR game. And I don't know why. Here, let's see if at least the maintain focus one is working.
This tape is designed to test your
okay, that
focus
works.
in the face
You guys
of
can all hear
distraction.
that.
Maintain focus on your breathing. How did you do?
Here, be entertained by this while I try and figure out why my audio is misbehaving. Wait, you can't. Actually, it sort of works. Because I can, on this screen, add just the audio source. Trailmakers. I keep on calling it Trailblazers. The name is Trailmakers. Anyhow, how is today? I had a pretty good day. I went shopping. I spent a significant amount of time this afternoon trying to figure out the cheapest way to buy isopropyl alcohol, because I 3D print for my tabletop group. and the alcohol I had was getting dirty enough where I couldn't use it for the final cleaning bath. There's two baths. I do a dirty bath that washes off like the worst of the excess resin, and then I do a... So it's not a distilling problem, it's that there's a bunch of junk in it, which I guess you could distill out of the alcohol to make it clean or pure again, but I'd need the beakers and stuff like that, and I might do that. Which would just leave me with an even nastier slurry. Yeah, it's... Hmm. Uh, that's not incorrect. I could definitely distill it. Oh, hey, you're not getting your music either. You deserve music on this scene, sorry. Hold on, let me put that back as well. Because the song slaps really hard, and you people should hear it too. Moobot song request. There you go. Is it... Why is it not even showing the audio? What is wrong with my audio? Like, I'm looking at my mix board, and it's straight up saying there's nothing here. Here, you can have the raw audio of literally everything. I don't want to restart stream. We've already been here for 30 minutes. There we go. I don't know, do you mess around with resin printing at all, Lich, or Ragna? Or do you just, like, know that you can boil alcohol? You mess with chemistry. Okay, so you're coming from the other side of this stuff here. Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm not sure why my audio just hates me right now. But I could just do raw dog audio, which I hate doing because it tends to be a lot messier, but it means you would at least hear the game, or should at least. I'm willing to try it, is the short answer, but I feel like purifying in a lab environment tends to be a simpler or more straightforward process than purifying, like, random jars of shit I have in my room, if that makes sense. So here's the thing. I think... Yeah, it's a fire hazard thing. To answer your question, Tomcat, this is not a normal thing that happens. Generally speaking, my audio is pretty plug and play. And because I've got them as separate channels, usually it's way less finicky to fix audio when, say, things are unbalanced. I can just move the game audio up, I can move my own audio down, stuff like that. But it's... Sometimes this just happens, and the real answer is, Bingus, you should have checked this before you started going live, and you didn't. Okay, we don't care what you have to say. Barb has things. You have things to tell me. Grow fruits for Leapsville? Deliver passengers. That one I can do. I think I'll do the glow fruits one too. Why not? What do you want over here, Mr. Dr. Kranz? Dude literally has, like... That is a deep V shirt. Have you ever heard of the Purple Ghost? Well then, let me tell you. I know from trusted sources that it is located in a cave nearby. Several of the town froggets have seen it in their dreams. The ghost even grants wishes and tells jokes that make you laugh out loud for 100 years. As I'm a frogget of science, I will of course have to go and validate this myself. First, we need to prepare for some lights for the caves. Could you gather some glow fruits for the purpose? Should be able to find plenty under these sky trees in the north of here. So, someone else mentioned this, by the way. The name Frogget is very similar to a specific term for gay people And maybe they could have workshopped the name just a smidge before they went live with it. Oh, hey, I have a higher power core limit. Which means I can now... Blocks like engines and weapons count towards your power core limit. There's a limit to how many power cores you can use at a time. To increase your limit, you need help settlements. Level them up. I have one more. My power's 4. I've got 3 there. I wish I knew how to turn on aerodynamic view. It looks so cool, and I don't think I have it yet. Ooh, I can build one shock. A singular shock. If I save up, I can also start building submachine guns. Gadgets. Here, we'll put a mining laser on the front of my vehicle here. Oh, that only takes 1. No, it takes 2. Takes 2. Okay. There we go. This is a acceptable transport vehicle. I could probably strip the seats off it if I was smart. How do I open maps again? It's not M. Oh, it is tab 2. Okay. So, Frogget Rescue, that's the one I'm going to track. And I think they want me to go north up here to find more glow fruit anyhow, so I'm kind of heading in the right direction. How much faster do I get if I strip off the chairs here? Here, let's find out. I hit 59 with these on. And if I delete them off... let's attach the tires. Actually, I want to fix this too. So, this vehicle has a problem in that the front tires, I had the back tires narrower than the front, which makes the whole vehicle very tippy. Hey, Happy. Good to see you there. How you doing? We are begrudgingly raw-dogging the audio tonight because, of course, things don't work as intended. That'll do. There we go. This we're gonna delete, and then I'll have to figure out how to place it again. Oh, we got a bigger engine. Do we? No, it's the same engine as before. Never mind. But we could have a large hinge for large hinge purposes. Here, let's craft a couple of these and see where that takes us. Wait, how heavy is this? 0.62. Okay, it's a lot lighter. Good, good. I can build my vehicle out of thin, pathetic scraps. I can put that there. I really should have like a single square cube to use for my projects. Or 2 suspension springs. What am I using the isopropyl alcohol for? It is for cleaning resin prints. And I go through, like... So I have about a gallon of dirty isopropyl alcohol. I actually have a couple gallons that I could probably clean up at some point. Does it dissolve the resin? It does, yes. It does dissolve the resin. I don't know if it dissolves the resin in a technical chemical sense. I think it does, yeah. It dissolves uncured resin, specifically. To hide the bodies. I don't think you use alcohol for that. There are other, better choices if you're trying to hide a body. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll attach a wide bar back here. There we go. And then, because we're silly guys here, we are going to double down on turning for this vessel. Here. Is that... I think they have to go opposite, don't they? AD, DA. Yeah. That looks promising. There we go. And then put a triangle back there. Can I make that a double wide triangle to cover the shifter? I could. Ooh, that'd be fun. Okay, I don't know if those are backwards or not. There we go. I gotta reattach the front to this, though. What resin am I working with? It's 3D print resin. It doesn't have a specific chemical compound name. Soraya Tech is the brand. Unfortunately, most companies actually keep their 3D printing resin formulas, like, proprietary, at least to some degree, as far as I understand. So you can't really look up, like, a specific formula to go off of. This gets deleted. Could really use a square. Okay, give me a sec. I can go Google it for you. I wonder if they have technical data sheets. There you go. They do have technical data sheets. Basic fast. Yeah, that's not the one I want. Okay. Oh, interesting. I don't know if they have the technical data sheet for... I mean, it's a UV hardening resin. There we go. What are you making me do? I'm in the middle of trying to find your answers here, and you are... There we go. You are over here making me do extra work. So that's the resin I'm using, although I believe I'm using an older formula, which used different dyes in it that are unfortunately not the same condition. Hey, you've made me a rat, and you've taken first. Fantastic. I approve of this. Today we are playing a game called Trailmakers, which is a game where you build cars, they drive fast, you have fun. If I copy this over here, write that build slot. And then I can change one of these to be a... Oh, look at that. That is annoyingly good at turning. There we go. Ooh. Perfect. It's kind of like From the Depths, kind of like, there's a couple of games it's similar to, honestly. Ooh, this is squirrely. I might want to remove those turning back wheels, actually. But it is slightly faster. Which clearly shows that I've done everything correct and nothing is wrong with the vehicle. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I've got to go all the way over there to pick up the... Oh. That's far. Can I get down here? Yes, I totally can. Can I? I don't think I can make two of these yet. Okay, so this was a cool idea. We've learned that dual articulating wheels gives you really nice... I really need front wheel drive. I wonder if I can turn that on. Because if I'm not mistaken, by default, it turns... Oh. Oh, I have to actually repair the vehicle before it'll let me repair it. Or build it. That's fair. Okay. Do I only have a single powered wheel right now? Because this... Oh, no, it's just the color on the wheel. Never mind. I think all wheels are powered. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, God. Ogren players only have, like, 2 settings. And one of them terrifies me. Yeah, I was gonna tell you, like, that's what I was trying to explain, Ragnar. Is there a way you prefer your name to said, by the way? Let me know if I'm saying it wrong or something. When you get into 3D printing resins, it is annoyingly opaque compared to, say, something you're gonna deal with in a chemical environment. Where chemists go, no, I need the exact composition, I'm making very specific, like, formula with this. With resin printing, it's more like, nah, man, we got the secret goop that's special for our secret goop factory. And it is made up of simple stuff. Ragnar's fine. Okay. No worries. And, like, it... Why is there an arrow there? Is that... I don't know if there's anything secret there. Okay. We're gonna remove these and see if it controls a little better. There we go. So they will release data sheets in regards to... The one I linked you, for instance, will tell you about how the machine works in terms of, like, geometry. And it's, like... That company's actually known for being fairly good for their quality of their resin, too. Shrinkage is a real problem with 3D prints. Or, like, inconsistent shrinkage. So, like, it's interesting because a resin 3D printer is simultaneously significantly more accurate than you're gonna get out of a... Oh, we got friends. Oh, you're scary. Resin 3D printers are simultaneously much better than FDM ones, but also they're not actually dimensionally accurate. Everyone kind of just thinks they will. Oh, that's a new problem. I've got too much torque. There we go. Give me your crap. Young module, tensile strength, all the important mechanical properties. To be honest, I mostly use the printer for doing miniatures. Oh, it's these bunk. Look at these punks. Look at these clowns here. We're gonna switch over to vehicle 1 and tweak this to be our, like, people mover cart. So we're gonna delete this, and then we're gonna re-add the... I don't know if I have enough space for the extra seats for people. I don't think I do. Oh no, I have exactly enough space. Perfect, thanks, pass me. You know what you're doing. This game is a little weird for attaching and detaching things. Also, Control-C, Control-V doesn't work, and that makes me a little sad. There we go. I would love to have, like, specific angular controls for moving things. There we go. Perfect. The people mover is done. Done as it's gonna be. Oh, something's not attached. Oh, the back. The back wheel's not attached? Oh no, the engines are attached to anything. Okay, that's fair. They should be now, however. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, do I have to make it vertical? Right. There's no engines. There we go. That's mechanically sound. Perfect. Bit something out of concrete and expose it to seaside winds, Georgians, yeah. I get where you're coming from. There are resins. Hey, Jaymon. Yeah, tonight's a short stream. I'm going to be going into Mika and hanging out with her for the SpongeBob watch-along in a bit. Okay, this actually controls a lot better with the double turning tires. However, I wanted to play this game on stream a little bit. It's been a while. Oh. We're gonna have to actually deal with these guys, I guess. There we go. I really want to build a shitty technical. It is like my dream. Just build a truck with a gun on the back of it. To transport Kermit and his 4 friends. There we go. I know for, there's certain resins that you use for instance, making molds for teeth and stuff like that, and those ones tend to be a lot more specific about what they're made with, as opposed to the ones for, again, miniatures and model painting, which are kind of like, look, bro, we both know you're here just to print, like, minis for your tabletop game. It doesn't really matter, so long as it's fairly accurate. Yo, we're rat mode again. Nice, nice. There we go. But yes, most of the models I print are small. I don't know if I have any good photos of them. Let me go. I could probably pull up some. Cute blah blah time. I love the blah blah blah. It is so fun. Yeah. I get that the person who made it is busy having their real life and all that. I wish they came around more often so I could specifically tell them how amazing their little blah blah thing is. I hope you appreciate that I'm literally pouring a cup of tea while driving and being shot at. I decided to make myself chicory tea tonight as my fancy tea flavor of the evening. Should I be on the other side? I'm covering... Here. I am currently covering the speedometer for this game. We're just going to move everybody over. There you go. If I collaborated right now, everyone would be shoved off screen. They don't need to know that, though. There we go. Look at that. Do some donuts. Oh, this song's... Wait, this is my song. I can't be happy. I mean, I can be happy, but I'm giving myself an award for how good my own song choice is. Product dissolved Zonkin there. What you could try and do is put some dirty alcohol in the freezer and then filter it cold. Ooh. Freezing alcohol is not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea in some ways. Because you get different freeze temps for different parts of it, I assume. The water might come out of it. For resin printing, at least, my understanding is you basically want as pure an alcohol as you can get for the dissolving. You don't, like, from my personal experience, again, also, not just the water, but the other particulate. That's fair. Hey, I did the thing. Deliver 4 passengers. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they give a little bit for doing that, but not super. Admiral House of Defenses. The old windbag might be right. We could use the help. Would you mind heading over to Turnberg and seeing what Admiral Redhead has in mind? You'll find Turnberg northwest of here, overseeing the valley from the top of Mount Tungsten. Can't miss it. If in doubt, look for the energy shield. You can always tell a Frogget settlement by its energy shield. But be careful out there, botniks aren't playing around. Then you filter with a coffee filter and dump it. It's not going to be perfectly clean, but it's going to be clean enough. It might work. Honestly, I'm willing to try it. I have been using coffee filters to strain out what I can. The real issue I run into with coffee filters is they clog up with the really fine particulate too quickly. And so they filter the first, like... I'm trying to think of, like, a unit of measurement here I can use for liquids that I actually know the size of. They filter the first, like, pores worth of, like, the funnel. So we'll say, like, 50 milliliters or something pretty comfortably, and then they rapidly clog and vacuum filter and a hand pump. The other side of this equation is all of the things you're saying are correct, and if I could do it for cheap, which I might be able to do, I would do it. But you're going through a gallon of alcohol once every 4 months or 6 months or something like that. And then you can reuse the dirty alcohol as a pre-clean. Because the other half of this problem is, frequently with a print, if it has any internal cavities, that space is going to fill up with unusable resin. And even if you drip dry it clean, there's still a fair amount in there. And so you're going to have some sacrificial, like, alcohol that is going to get dirty very quickly. And there's not much you can do about that. Oh, I might need off-road tires for this. Oh, that looks so cool with all the smoke behind me. It's not actually making me any slower either. Hold on, is this like an actual valuable part here? It's glowing. Come on. Come on, be something cool. Treasure chest? Oh, it's the gold coins. Okay. So at least in this version of the game, the gold coins just give you... Oh, we do get these things though, and they're important. I think they're how I make more engines. Yeah, they are. So the thing though is, like, the first batch of alcohol almost doesn't matter its quality. You need it to be somewhat alcoholic, but it's going to burn, like, you're going to trash it almost immediately. There you go. Distill it, but the distillation is... yeah, exactly. It's... If I was already messing around with the lab and had access to a distiller, I think it would be a fantastic way to reliably reuse the alcohol. But it's there's that XKDC comic, which is how frequently you do an activity and how, like, long it takes you to do it versus how much time you're allowed to spend doing it better, if that makes sense. And given that I'm effectively spending $50 in alcohol every... what is it? Not even 50, $25 in alcohol every 4 months, arguably? It really depends how much I'm printing in a given time frame. It ebbs and flows depending on how much... It's probably not even... No, it's not even that much, because I don't use a full tank. I use maybe 2/3 a gallon of alcohol every 4 months, if that. Probably less, honestly. Oh, we got enemies up ahead. What's the, hold on, what do I need to build more guns, too? I want to build machine guns. I want my shitty technical. I need... If I put the shotgun higher up, does it get better rotation? Yeah, we're gonna copy it to 4 for a second so I can have both. And then we're going to delete an engine, and if I put a shotgun on top, does it get better rotation? No, it does not. So no matter what, that always fires forward. Oh wait, hold on. I'm a slee. I am a goober. That can be deleted. There we go, and now we have a combat version of our car. Right? Nope. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it's a... Okay. That's fine. These are quite cheap, you just need to know... Buy an aquarium pump. Year and a half? Hmm... No? Oh dear. I thought I could dip in and dip out again. This was a mistake. There we go. Did you just try and ram me, or are you just flying past me? There we go. Hey, that gives me mechanical parts. Actually, that's pretty useful. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. Like, I'll keep it in mind. It's something I've thought about before, but it's also not... It's outside the scope, I guess, of what I'm working on, if that makes sense. Am I taking a wrong... I'm probably taking a wrong turn to get where I'm supposed to be going here. There we go. No, I'm in the right spot. Hold on, this is where I was supposed to be going. Try and do the freezer thing. The freezer thing seems like a good idea. It was I've already been doing that to a degree, if that makes sense. Just without... I have been using a coffee filter to try and mitigate the amount of particulate in the mix. Can I go over this hill? Maybe. Yeah, honestly, I'll be real, especially for the first wash, if it's contaminated, that's fine, because it's going to be having a second wash in alcohol after you've kind of scrubbed the part down to get into a lot of the crevices. So it's like, the first wash doesn't need to be perfect. Come on. Hey, there we go. Look at us, working as intended. Just dip down over here. It's a shame I don't have wings yet. I'm still very early in the game, but... there we go. I can't even afford shocks yet. Yeah, exactly. It's not dirty. The real risk with contaminated resin water is that the resin tends to add a sticky film. No. We did it. These poor frogs are definitely not having a good ride. You have to wash a second time after it, but you also can't... It's not worth using clean resin to do the initial cleaning of a part when you're 3D printing miniatures and stuff like that, because it is going to get so dirty. There's only so much liquid you can get off of a print before... And there we go. Thanks for the free gas. You heal yourself. I'll leave you alone. There we go. So, I mean, I'm just doing resin 3D printing. I'm doing it specifically for miniatures. Do you know much about 3D printers or anything like that? They're pretty simple. It's, I might be able to find an image of it at least if you give me about 10 seconds. There we go. Okay, so you know how they work. I can drag up one maybe as an image or something like that for other people, but they're pretty simple in how they function. Here, we'll, is that this? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen still. General gaming. There we go. I'm good with that. For anyone else who's curious, it's a very simple process. We have a plate here. It sticks into a vat. The bottom of the vat is see-through and has a LCD screen that allows through UV light in specific spots. Okay, yeah. So FDM printers, which are the ones that use the spools of PLA, and resin printers are entirely different concepts in terms of how they work. They're both 3D printers, and they really don't share a lot of overlap in terms of like function. They don't even their slicing programs aren't really that good to talk to each other either. Although apparently I've heard that people using FDM, which what does the acronym FDM stand for? Hold on. The acronym for FDM stands for Fused Deposition Modeling. FDM printers. Oh, hey, that's great. There we go. Put out a single spool and they do one spot at a time. They work more like if you're putting a single line down in a circle over and over and over again. This is, I think, what most people are used to for printers, and they're great for larger parts that are kind of more intermediate in size. Resin printers are a order of magnitude. I was gonna say, Ragna, you probably already know most of these things, but for anyone else who's here lurking, they are an order of magnitude more accurate. But also, resin is kind of toxic. It has more post print cleanup because you have to get all of this goop off your part. Like you can see it even here, I think, where there's all this liquid on this part that has to be cleaned off once it's done. Yeah, the plastic printers are completely different. They're really cool, and honestly, for almost anyone getting interested in printing, unless you specifically want the thing a resin printer does, sorry, I think you got an ad break there. I hope you're not nuked. Let me know if you are still available there. If not, I'm going to take a few seconds to play my game, I guess, and wait for... There we go. Wait for people to show back. Oh, you're still listening. Okay, good, good. I wasn't sure if you had the thing for Twitch that blocks ads or a pie hole. Both are perfectly valid. I don't like... No one here likes ads, including me. I don't get shit. Huh. Ooh. That's kind of bitter. Tastes good, though. It depends on your brand of ad blocker. I know Twitch is getting better about catching the ad blockers, although from what I understand, the pie holes and that kind of like hyper aggressive blocker tends to be pretty good. You have 3 at 1. I let my 3 ad blockers fight for who's allowed to eat. It makes them hyper competitive. There we go. Resin printers have a significantly smaller build space than a plastic printer does. So, like, this is another good example where you're looking at maybe 6 inches by 6 inches on a build plate or something like that. As opposed to a 3D printer, which is going to have... I think the smaller ones for 3, like, these printers start around 8. Man, it was a... Fuck if I know, fair enough. There we go. Ragna, by the way, if you want to request your own music, please feel free to do so. It is totally okay. The details of the chemical composition, okay. There we go. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, you got the material safety data sheet. Sweet. I think I'm using fast. I'm actually technically using it mixed with tenacious. Not technically. There we go. Okay, yeah, it includes the toxicity stuff, which isn't too surprising. Although I'm surprised they don't specify whether or not breathing it in is bad for you. Waste treatment, it is a hazard for the environment, you have to dispose of it. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that checks out for a lot of resins. I use a respirator with mine, and also have a what's the word for it? Uh, Air vac pulling air out of the area. It's still not perfect, and honestly, one of the things I think I've seen people talk about before is, especially for resin printers, the 6-star, 6-point star thing along. Okay. Oh, there you go. The giant big warning flag up top. That's fair. I was looking down at, actually above that, below that. I'd scroll down to where is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. Oh no, I was seeing the transportation and ecological section, maybe? Yeah, section 11. Toxicological information. Health hazards are expected to occur at standard conditions due to the low volatility of the material. Aerosols, vapors may be generated at elevated processing temperatures. May cause respiratory tract irritation. Symptoms of irritation include coughing, mucus production, and shortness of breath. But it is not directly an oh, hold on. What does aspiration this mean? What is the technical term for aspiration here? Aspiration has multiple meanings, including breathing in, drawing food out of the body, or inhaling foreign matter into the lungs. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Exhaust waste, gas outdoor, take applicable measures. Yeah, no, it's... resin's pretty nasty to get on your skin. It's a really useful tool for making miniatures for, like, small board games and stuff like that. Go back over here and yap at these people. 2 glow fruits. Where do I even get the glow fruits? It said north of here. Here, we'll get my collector vehicle ready to go. Can I strap even more engines onto this thing? I wish I had bigger engines. I understand that I played this game for maybe an hour total, and I don't deserve bigger engines yet, but I still want to go faster. Here, we're going to take this, copy it to slot 2, and then we're going to take off the engine, or the scanner, and put even more speed. There we go. Perfect. This is as much power as I can cram into a single frame right now. Paint thinners, resin monomers, and stuff like that are often carcinogenic. Not saying the way you should handle them with a respirator, because it's way overkill. But it's, if possible, do it outside in a well-ventilated area. I know it's overkill, but at the same time, it's like... Actually, the real reason I use a respirator is because I bought it during COVID, and I couldn't get masks, but it also meant I didn't have to keep on rebuying the masks and disposing of them constantly, and I could at least keep the same respirator for some amount of time. Oh, we got a cave here. Is this where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, no, so for me, at least from the impression I got of a bunch of yokel... What are you? Oh, it's you again. You told me you're going off to fight the big bad guy, and you're still here. Highly suspicious, if you ask me. I do need a wider tire. I really do need a wider tire base, but also that adds more drag. Oh, yeah. Yes, I did check what the filter was rated for when I bought it. I spent about a day hyperfixating on that, which is not the same as having an actual education in the subject, but I get to fly up there. At some point I'm going to get wings and get to go up there. Ooh. that's cool. That's an edge. I do need to swap them out, though. They have been used for probably a little too long. Oh. Did I already save the guys? Hold on. I think I did. This is embarrassing. The education you need is basic PPE knowledge. Yeah. This is fair. Okay, hold on. I came all the way to this village, got distracted talking about PPE. It's actually, yes, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is very similar to what this game is. It's, I think, a little chunkier, if anything. You want mechanical parts. I want mechanical parts. You can't have mine. True. Exactly. It's... Trailmakers lets you build vehicles out of a variety of parts. There was a pretty big update recently which added a better story mode to the game than what was previously in it. I'm super early in the game, so what you're seeing is, like, not... standard car wheel, all-terrains are more expensive. I think I might go for a pair of these in the back. I only have enough for one. Okay, so I need to save up. Find some more oil, I guess. But it's also got a really cool system for swapping between 4, like, default vehicles. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Gerald, by the way. Nuts and Bolts was a fantastic game. I've been debating playing it on stream at some point, just because, again, I liked it enough. Why am I so slow up this hill? Hold on. Do I just not have traction? What is wrong with my vehicle, Heather? Come on. There we go. A little more acceleration. I am... Here, let's go kill this guy. Oh, hey, there's a little oil there. So I understand where a lot of the fans are coming from for Nuts and Bolts, by the way. Also, the game straight up starts off by insulting people for liking the old combat in Banjo and Kazooie, which is kind of like a little maybe on the nose. I don't know. Okay, let's get out of here. Get out, quickly repair the vehicle. I don't know what's up with my engines right now. They are... Oh, maybe they got shot? Is that it? Were my engines shot and I didn't even notice or something? This checks out. Okay, where am I going? What am I doing? I've got missions. I've got progress here. I have no clue where the glow fruits are. So we're gonna do the primary mission. Can I... Hold on, does it actually show up in the map? No. No, it does not. But I could go the other way. Okay. Okay, we go the other way and we might find some fruit. I mean this in as nice a way as I can to anyone who is actually doing resin printing, but I feel like it's a lot like owning a boat, where there isn't something inherently nonsense about choosing to do it. And so it's whenever someone, I think I told this joke already, but if anyone ever asks you what the best resin printer to have, the answer is a friend with one, because if you have to do it yourself, you've already you've already lost the game. By the same token, though, if you have at least one friend who has a resin printer and you're into any kind of miniature-based hobby, so you're either making stuff for 40K or you're making stuff for tabletop games like Pathfinder or whatever, it's fantastic for when you want something that is roughly dimensionally accurate. Or not... So it's not dimensional accuracy, it's consistency, maybe I'd say. What's the phrase I'm looking for here? Because you don't really care if the part is like 0.02 plus or minus its actual supposed size it's supposed to be. What you care about is the fact that it looks good at that size, and that you can just print that small and don't worry about... Hey, there we go, I did the thing. Am I going the right way? I'm going the wrong way, but I can jump over this edge here, and it should take me to the valley I've been trying to actually go to. Oh, this is a cliff. I don't know if I care. I can't get over that, so I do care a little bit. Okay, let's try and throw myself off a cliff. Justy, hello, how you doing? I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer, as I did promise someone I would hang out with them. But I did want to play this game a little bit on stream, just to prove that I do exist. So let's see if this kills me. No, it didn't. Hey, there you go. It's a good thing this is a video game, and I am immune to fall damage. Oh yeah. I got distracted while yapping about this earlier, but there is some really nasty images I found of people going, hey, here's what happens if you're not careful and, like, spill resin on yourself. This is what a, like, full-arm chemical burn looks like. Or not, it's not a burn. Is it a burn? It might be a chemical burn. Hey, Mika, how you doing? I was just saying how I'm about to bail on my stream in 25 minutes to go hang out with you and watch SpongeBob, because it's amazing. It's not... Okay. You will have a reaction with your skin. Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I'm not going to sing the whole song, though. I don't have nearly as good a voice as you. I still maintain, by the way, Mika, that you should definitely do a Mika song of you singing the SpongeBob SquarePants theme. You have a fantastic voice, and should use it more frequently. Let's see what song shows up when I request you. Hey, there you go. You will never think about it. Hey Mika, if you promise to do the cover, I'll delete the song request with your song that's coming up. What do you think? You promise nothing? Okay, well then sadly we have to hear you sing. Look, you just gotta believe in yourself, Mika, really. To answer your question, Regina, I think... Ragna, and extra letters there. I think the person in question didn't immediately wash it off and left it on for, say, like, 20-30 minutes until they finished cleaning the part they were working on or something like that, rather than immediately dealing with the irritating chemical directly applied to their skin. It's kind of like if someone leaves a... There's a famous... When I was doing EMT training, one of the things they showed us was an image of someone who had spilled, like, one of those essential oils. It was a... Yeah, 23... Exactly. I think... So, you've got to remember that resin printing is a hobbyist thing for a bunch of people coming from a non-chemical... Like, non-chemist... Or chemist background. And so you end up with a lot of kind of like FUD behavior. Yes, it does react with your skin, and again, don't quote me on this, but the reaction gets worse the more times you have it react with your skin, or the longer your body has to react to resins, it tends to have a stronger reaction as time goes on. So, from an ethical standpoint, yes. From the fact that you can just go and buy a printer really cheaply, no. All you really need to technically work with resins and stuff like that is enough money to buy one. Oh. They're trying to get me, grubs. They're after me, butt, SpongeBob. someone I know who uses a text-to-speech thing that has Mr. Krabs, and it's such a satisfying one to use. 3? Yeah, there you go. There we go. But yeah, Gerald, if you're still lurking, this is so nuts and bolts coded, especially nowadays. When it initially came out, it was very much in this like early phase where it was kind of just like build vehicle putter around. But they've really gone out of their way to like specifically make it have a story and do things, which is fantastic. There we go. Nope, I was in the right vehicle already. Hey, there's more of the glowy bits. I need more glowy bits. Was I here before? I think I totally was here before. Oh yeah, this is where I was before. Okay, so glow fruit are just kind of scattered everywhere, in with everything else. Emote so big. Yeah, that's a function of the chat thing I use. I use this tool called Squonk Chat, which is free, and I like that it looks a little tighter, but it also makes emotes really big. It's also got a function where if you want, you can have specific art images appear whenever someone uses a phrase, like 7TV emote, but specific to the chat, so it's separated from that. I think. The guy just released a new one where if enough people say the exact same phrase in chat, it has like a big pop-up that like makes fun of the streamer for it, basically. Which seems pretty neat, but he's asking like $10 for it, and I'm kind of in this like, $10 is like, this is a cool thing and I like it a lot, but I feel like it's a $5 emote function and $10 is starting to get into like actual program pricing ranges. Actually, hold on, I should have enough. I should have enough for 2 big tires now, which I can put in the back and will give me a little more power. Admittedly, I think my front tires are also powered. I might have been better off putting the traction tires on there, but... Or the, because you want the turning ones to be the ones that actually have guaranteed... Oh! It's the thing. I love... Ugh. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of guys here. Hold on. I am just a little guy. Do not hurt. There we go. I don't know if I can drive here. I have no traction in the water. Oh, I have no engines. That's why I have no traction. I see. Oh, and I've been killed. $10 is halfway to Expeditions. It's, not quite halfway to Expeditions. But yes, you are correct. Like I said, $10 is getting kind of into real money territory, and I feel for a single... Here, I can actually look it up. Squonk Chat via coffee. So we go here. Prowler is the name of the guy who made my chat. This is Squonk Chat. It's free. If I go to his shop, he has something called Yippee Meter. You can't see this. Now you should be able to see it. Where is it? There we go. Okay, back here. So, Squonk Chat is the one I use. It's free. Here, I'll even literally link it. I think it makes the stream look a lot nicer if you have a chat that looks good. This one just works in OBS without any extra steps. It's got a single file saved on my computer that determines how it looks. They just dropped this thing called Yippee Meter, which I think they have a video for.
Okay, so you're saying one person sends a message, someone else thinks it's funny and sends it again. That causes a meter to pop up. More people join in because the message resonates with their soul or something, and it fills up the meter until one spectacular final cheer. And we're calling it...
Oh, sorry for smacking things.
Yippee Meter. You really have a knack for naming things. Doesn't this encourage a hive mind?
Yes, there's enough songs I have that are fairly long that I like. If I was a bigger streamer, it might be a problem where someone can request a 10-minute song. But so long as people don't like abuse the song request function, I don't care. I'm just happy people are requesting music and saying, "Hey, this is the thing I like." Ask me about the music thing. I mean, that's not like a direct ask. That's more of like a, "Hey, I love when people request music. You don't have to. It'll play my backup playlist. I like my songs on my backup playlist. They're picked by the best person in music I know." Sad make it.
That's awesome, but how did you get all this footage if this is the first time you're...
Okay, don't care about the rest of that. It's done. We've seen the important thing for that. No worries. People yap about their hyperfixations. It do be how people be. I should be able to get a third engine on this, right? Yeah, I can get I can go fast. Why am I not going fast? Here, let's also... I think I might have to put more armor in my ride. In fact, for the combat ride especially, we're gonna tweak things a little bit here. We are at the very least gonna have our shitty technical here. Can I build a better gun yet? Nope, I still don't know what that black thing is. We can do some ablative plates on the side. There. And copy, craft, copy, craft, and then these two go on the other side. We are now driving a wedge with armor. God, what a shitty vehicle. But at least the engines aren't going to get randomly smacked from the sides or the rear. Anyhow, yeah, so most of my afternoon was spent looking to see if I could pick up a larger supply of... Oop, cancel. Alcohol, because previously I have always gone out of my way to purchase... This is so dumb, I love it. What a stupid vehicle. Here, I'll even, put another one here. There we go. See how you feel. This thing's still, like... The amount of bricks I have on here is apparently so negligible in weight that I'm still going 65. I don't think it's, like... It's not much slower than the all engines. Which... Nope. I'm getting shot again. People take their own fixation seriously. And it's always definitely an art form, learning how to talk about the things you're interested in without coming off as very overbearing. So you kind of just... honestly, if you're going to stream, you kind of just get used to people being excited about the thing they're excited about. And it's clear you're not, like, being intentionally malicious, I guess, if that makes sense. There we go. Okay. We've got our transport vehicle. It looks a bit silly with the big front wheels, but that's okay. I'm actually getting better speed with these things. Interesting. Now, if only I could afford shocks. I don't know. There's something about literally an engine on wheels that makes me happy in terms of, like, stupid vehicle shapes. We need glow fruits. I really need to get up to the second mission hub and see if I can get more vehicle points to work with or something interesting. Yeah, no, I've managed to be pretty okay for harming myself. The worst I've ever gotten to is, again, like... minor resin contact is something that just is a risk, I guess. And so occasionally you get with like irritants on your hands that you didn't realize were there necessarily, even with like appropriate gloves or whatever you want to call the PPE for that. Actually, no, that's not true. The worst I've ever done was when you're working on miniatures and you're trimming away the support structure for stuff like that. I have once stabbed myself with the X-Acto knife, which that just sucked. Nothing came of it, but at the same time, it was like thankfully it was a sharp X-Acto knife, so while the actual stab marker was fairly deep, it wasn't, it was a very clean stab. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I need a wider wheelbase, as always. Okay, we got the little tiny binguses dealt with. Oh, you're stuck in a tree. That's kind of funny. Oh, those are... I really like the explosion effect. It actually makes them very intimidate. There we go. Pulse crystals. I don't even know what pulse crystals do. Stab my monitor with a kitchen knife. That's impressive. Dead pixel. I'm not surprised, Jesse. I'm just gonna say that. Oh, these are good. I like these. They give me the shocks. Or the thing I need to make shocks. No, that one didn't. Is that maybe just a regular vehicle wreck? I still don't know what you need. Gadgets? Structure? Structure, that was what I wanted. I want 2 of these if I can have it. Because they look cool. That's it. And I'm hoping if I add them to the vehicle, then I can also... Let's see what these... What shape are these in? Okay, they're pretty wide, so I can probably use a twofer. And then a pair of shock joints. Mirrored. Like so. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, this is going to give me like a goofy looking... Oh, hold on. This is going to look very silly. Oh, I love it. It's perfect. I did lose a bit of speed. Then again, this one wasn't known for speed, honestly. What do I make figurines for? I primarily make figurines for a tabletop group that meets in person on Monday nights, and also a new spin-off group that meets on Wednesdays. So our Monday night group is Pathfinder, and we're using all original characters. Calling all this... Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. I need the glowy bit. I'll come to save you in a bit. What? Oh, this is Polish. It is a Justy song. Oh no, that's a lot of angry things shooting me. There we go. This is the song about the blue... Oh, yes. We were talking about it on the Discord, where Justy showed an image of, like, a bright Windex blue... Not even Windex blue, it's brighter blue than Windex. But I called it, like, the Windex blue fruit drinks. Which is just such a... It's like a... It is a genre of beverage, is things that look chemical. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a combat around the corner here, but we'll swap when we get that far. Tasted like ice candy, but toned down. That checks out. Oh. been jumped. We've been betrayed. It's fine. It's fine. I can do flips. It's part of my tactic. There we go. Okay. And then I get out, hold down R to repair, and I can get back in. My little shitty technical. It's beautiful. Thirsty for Windex. I distinctly remember when I used to have... it's like if taken seriously enough to make figurines, it's gotta be glass. It's super... So, here, I'm gonna get distracted again by this. I probably should be winding down pretty soon anyhow. This is supposed to be a short stream, but that's okay. We're gonna go here to my... No, that's the wrong one. It's a Hero Forge. There you go. This website is specifically designed... I've got hardware acceleration turned off. That's fine. Don't care about it. Oh, I have to turn it back on to use it for this. God damn it. That shouldn't break everything, right? So, hardware acceleration is really useful. For most day-to-day stuff, but if you turn it off, it's super helpful for specifically if you want to stream browser pages to a... How do I turn it off again? To a Discord. So if, say, you want to show something to your friends and for some reason you can't, it's a great tool for that, for whatever reason you need to do that for. Unfortunately, Hero Forge, the website here, does require it to be on. Hey, how you doing? I'm just yapping briefly about what Hero Forge is and what I'm like, how it works for 3D printing things. However, I forgot I turned off hardware acceleration, and I can't remember what they called it. Chrome. Okay, it's not actually in settings. It's just. Under the Systems tab in Settings. I see. Well, we're learning all sorts of stuff. System. Graphics acceleration when available. Okay, we're going to restart our whole browser. It'll probably dox me or something. Honestly, I really want to build like a shitty truck technical later on when I can get a bunch of machine guns on a turret on the back of this thing. It would please me greatly to have a comically large cannon on the back of a vehicle in this game. Am I going the right way? I don't know. I'm going to finish this, and then I'll probably stop at that point. I apologize for how short tonight's session has been, but it really was only about the 2 hours I had between other stuff. I didn't want to relax. I think I might play this again tomorrow night, just because it is such my thing. Oh, it's too big for me. And I've got to go up there, don't I? Either way. Oh, wait, I like killing that thing. Get back here, you jerk. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that gave me a mechanical part. We like that. Now, how the hell do I get up here? I think I've actually got enough traction with these tires to just kind of go where I want. Oh, there's 2 shields up here. Oh, that's interesting. This is not what I expected. Maybe I don't have enough power. Interesting. Okay, let's try this again. Infinite power. Can I just get out and walk? Yeah, I can just get out and walk. There we go. They're probably was a better way to do that, but that's okay. Okay, so what I was trying to do and yap about before I got distracted shooting things again is if I go over here to my massive window. Oh. Hey, I even picked the right window by mistake. Behold, this is one of our player characters. They are a person who can transform into a fox. They're technically a nine-tailed fox character. Those tires were some our window. So it's a lot of small miniatures like this. I do larger things occasionally. So I've done dragons, I've done terrain for our group and all that. It's a lot of things you could, in theory, get like injection molded plastic for as well, but the fact is that our DM can just go to me and say, hi, I need, you know, like stone set dressing for a dungeon, or I need you guys to fight a... let me see if I can find the thing. There's, we fought a specific kind of dire bear. That, like, I just was able to go and find a dire bear. There's like a whole secondary market for this. So this isn't like a specific thing. This website I personally really like for miniatures. I find it's a nice quality. This is My Mini Factory here. So I cut that off. Here we go. My Mini Factory. They have, I think, a better quality control than some of the other websites. There's a couple other ones I've been to where they're not bad websites, but they kind of just let everyone upload everything and don't really control what it is. So if you're looking for, say, like, I don't know, minis that would be really good for using as proxies in GW war games, really, really good proxies, there are websites for that. This is not one of them. This one tends to focus more on original content. I say that, and then we literally have this right here. Look at these Voidborn, completely unrelated to anything done by George work building. I do like that there's literally one that looks like a Tau. What is that? What is that doing there, sir? Sir. What is that face? FDM friendly, that's neat. Actually, I will say this, speaking of this guy's comment here, FDM printers have come a long way. So that's the plastic extrusion printers. They are way higher fidelity than they were even 3 to 5 years ago, and you don't necessarily need to deal with resin. I wonder if I can find the wigglegrams I did. Hold on. The other thing I've done with my camera occasionally is my printer is I've made a camera lens or two, technically. I would have to find... It's gonna take me... my poor laptop. I've got one very big hard drive that is very slow. So whenever I have to go and like dig up files from the depths of that poor hard drive, it is always like a very questionable affair. I think my login is going to dox me. Hold on. Let me turn that off for a sec. I was going to see what else yeah, there we go. But what's nice about this site is all of these are kind of this site is that they're all pre-built. So I can go down to buy here and you can pick hold on. You can pick, say, they do actually let you buy from them, but I can also just get the model. And if you pre-buy them, it's like $4 for the service or whatever. Which, frankly, given how expensive these things get, if you're getting like one made for yourself or something like that, they get in price fast. So if I go to... Here we are. This was, for instance, a lizard folk barbarian who was very big. I had an old campaign. Walter's ancient. Ronnie was for a... Ronnie here, we did a Fallout campaign for the new Fallout TTRPG that came recently. And this was my guy. He had maxed out luck. Yeah, they just work. This website's fantastic. I did share it earlier. Okay. It's super convenient for having like custom characters for who you are rather than a character that's like the closest thing to like you can find. And so it really like lets people build in their characters, and the fact that I can 3D print it means that like it doesn't come up super often, but like if your character changed substantially session to session, like you lost an arm, yeah, we can just print a new guy with a new arm. I've done it also occasionally where if we can't find the right tool in this, I'm not super good with modeling, but I can kit bash, which is to say that there's like there is a archaic tool that hasn't been updated in quite some time. There we go. Which, let me see if I can find it. It is Mesh Mixer. Mesh Mixer was a piece of software that was made by someone else, if I'm not mistaken, and then bought by Autodesk, and they've like sunset it, so they haven't like... Oh, that is... What the hell? They actually made a new one finally? What the fuck? Forgive the forgive the language. No, that's Autodesk Fusion, that's why. Mesh Mixer itself... That's not right at all. I don't know what this is saying. This is a different tool entirely. Okay, Mesh Mixer itself. Here we are. This is it. It is a tool that hasn't been like actually updated. It was very like kludge and just worked, and it still just works. But it's a great tool for like, say you just take the head, remove the head, put something else there, and say slap them together, and the software like just does it. So I've taken, for instance, like people's swords and increased their size using it, which I don't need to anymore. There's better tools for that now. But also if you want to like combine two 3D models together, or I'll use it occasionally for a friend of mine who has me print game files, because we have a Star Wars game running on Wednesdays. And that Star Wars game is based off the MMO, and we're using a lot of the plot from that. So he's just ripped the straight ship files from the MMO for when we need spaceships and stuff like that. And it takes a little bit of tweaking, because when devs make something for an MMO, they can use 2D surfaces and like untextured things. And sometimes I need to like make it functional to exist in a real world space, which takes a little bit of time. So it's not always perfect, but that does work. Anyhow, unfortunately, I'm running out of time for what to do. I've got a friend who's actually done the color. These are cool, I think. And honestly, they're not substantially more expensive. I think for people who don't have a printer, this is pretty cool, the clear acrylic ones. They require a little more thinking about the pose, so you might want to go like that. Impulse by mild, understandable. Dice are fantastic. You probably already know this, but if you don't, also pick up a dice tray. Metal dice will go and dent tables. We have discovered this the hard way, because I gifted the players at my table. I got a really nice deal on like a 4-pack of stone dice, and we like rolled them the first time, and they like put a dent in the map, or the map we were using for the game we were playing at the time, and we're like, oh, okay, I guess we're only rolling in dice trays. We already mostly were, but it was still really funny to see that happen. I don't know, I've got one friend who has since then picked up a pair of like really pretty dice that are also built to like casino standard sharp corners and all that, and they're so satisfying. They feel very nice. Unfortunate. Anyhow, I need to actually bail to go watch SpongeBob with people, so I'm going to throw you, excuse me, someone else quickly. and then head over to Mika's. So let's see who we can raid tonight, who I know. We could go for someone doing Trailmaker, or we could go for someone I know. Let's see who I'm... Oh, Sister's... Hold up. Sister Chalice is live. She's never live. We're raiding her. Don't care what else is happening. Sister Chalice is a friend of mine. She's an artist. She does a lot of good artwork. She's been pretty busy lately, so she hasn't been streaming. I will almost certainly be playing this again tomorrow because it's really fun. I liked it a lot. That stream should go on for substantially longer. And we'll have music requests, the whole 9 yards. Hopefully I'll have figured out how audio works by that point. So yeah. Thanks for being here, I guess. I appreciate all of you listening to me yap for a little bit. And we will see you all eventually. Sometime. By sometime I mean tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern to play more Trailmaker. It was fun. I'm glad you lurked. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. There we go. Okay, and I think... There we go. You're gone.